You guys ready?
Put down Immiger.
I'm putting it down and silencing it.
Immiger!
Armagerd! Just because it's important you see the sound waves.
Yes. Ooh, I'm a sound wave.
We're off to a great start.
Welcome to Let's Talk in the Corner, everybody.
Where we discuss important topics such as sound waves.
Yes. So,
Well, they couldn't hear us without him, so, I mean, it is kind of important.
yes, it kind of is vital to our business.
Wait. You are making money off this, you bastard!
Leaving, bastard!
Confirmed.
Yep, confirmed.
By saying the word business confirms thievery?
Yes.
Yep. Bad cop, asshole cop is at it again.
Yep, Jesse's a crooked thief.
Hashtag Jesse's a crooked thief.
And speaking of that, I'm Jesse.
I'm Joey.
I'm Mike.
By the way, which of us is bad cop, which of us is asshole cop?
Yeah, do tell!
That's something you have to figure it out.
No, you assigned it to us.
You assigned it, you deliver the verdict. Who is asshole cop and who is bad cop?
I'm waiting.
As am I.
Choose correctly. The delay tactic is strong.
It's like, I can't answer because I'm laughing. Hopefully you forget this.
We won't.
And let me ask you.
This will just be like an hour long of us just pestering you to
If
tell
you're
us.
bored, blame Jesse.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Cheers.
not even the plead the fifth would work it for you guys, I'm sure.
You're still not answering. Jelly's been nervous because he's bouncing his legs very fast.
He's just like, how do I answer this? Shit.
Alright. Joey, you're a bad cop. You're the asshole cop. Mike. Oh, Jesus Christ. Was that punch necessary?
Wow.
Oh no! Assholes cop seems like they would do that.
So, am I right? Am I wrong? I'm confused now. Were you punching?
I will prove me the greater asshole, damn it.
So, was that punch to my chest as saying in a way of agreement?
I don't know.
I don't know, you tell me.
Oh my god. You were the one who did decide to punch him, so you do have to answer that one.
That's like me. It's like you come to a robber. It's like, why? It's like, why'd you go in that person's house, set everything on fire? I don't know. You tell me.
That's what I imagine Joey would do.
I was simply there when the fire happened. You tell me what happened. You seem to know everything. Just be that snark. Just be snarky during the interrogation. What are you doing? What are you doing at that house at 1 a.m.? What were you doing at the house at 1 a.m.? That's what I want to know. You want to know why you were there? I'm waiting for your answer first.
My answer is joyful anger.
Community bonfire.
As I just been saying, like, we're all contributing to this bonfire together, starting with you.
We all take our turns. It's like you're not even part of this community.
Wow, we don't.
So welcoming.
And we don't even have a subject this time. We're just, like, ranting at each other.
Pretty much. We felt like...
Kind of. Did we even come up with a plan?
We came up with some backup plans. We didn't go with main plans, we went with backups.
Mostly because the last one, we didn't do any of them.
We said, like, oh, we're going to talk about video game memories. We went completely off the rails.
I think we did that for 10 minutes.
Are you sure?
Maybe less.
Yes, there was about thank you. You got on.
I'm really hoping he forgets that one thing today.
Me too.
What?
Say nothing.
Until the last 2 minutes.
Oh, you son of a dicks.
Already gone over this.
Bad cop, asshole cop. You know the drill. Dirty.
Don't-
Or you will know it.
What about that? That's why you're holding a hammer.
I'm bad with names of tools.
Thank you for being the good person in this improv session.
So, on today's episode, we continue our mission of killing Jesse by laughter.
They have failed repeatedly for how many years now?
Wait, failed? Wait. How have we failed not to make you laugh?
No, failed to kill me with laughter.
Oh, I see. The actual killing.
I imagine you didn't get the memo. So it's like,
I
I was trying to kill him with laughter. It's like you crack your knuckles. Like I need to unleash the big guns.
I was just doing slow torture. And I am cracking my knuckles.
Repeatedly. Wasn't that like the fourth time now you're cracking your knuckles? You're preparing for a big fight.
Hold on, let me just.
Oh.
God damn it, Mike. You keep making me want to pop my things. My joints.
It's weird. You guys probably didn't hear it, but I can pop my right shoulder every single time I move it.
That is not usually a good thing.
No, it's not.
So you keep doing it.
Yes,
So
I do.
you're saying
That's okay, I can always pop my ankles. Like, without fail.
And my neck. You heard earlier.
Yeah, I was just like, good God, is your neck still attached?
Yeah, for me, I used to be able to do that like earlier when I was with my back. It was just like I had such bad back problems, so like that's why like when I got to junior high and it's one of those desks with attached to the chair. Those were a gift for me, so I just like push forward on the desk and just lay back onto the chair, and it was like a symphony of cracking, and everyone's like, "Good God, Jesse!"
And you're just like moaning in like orgasmic
Yes.
bliss.
Did you just say boning orgasmic?
No, I
What?
said moaning with orgasmic
Okay,
bliss.
that's much better.
That's later. So featured Jesse, cut that out.
No.
You know what I'll do if you do.
Gosh dang it.
I wonder if you'd actually even remember it.
That's always a good thing, because I always love going with our...
By the way, I noticed something in our last Crystal Shards episode. You did not add the subtitles to what you were whispering.
Yep. Because even now, I can't even hear what I'm not even...
It's
Future,
like, I can't tell what I'm saying.
present me couldn't tell what I was saying.
That's an interesting...
Mainly because...
Wait, so past future you in the present could not hear what you said in the past.
Yes. Thank you. Because it's usually like how the setup usually is when we do Crystal Shards. It's like, you guys sit on the couch, so you're facing the microphone. Me, I'm kind of off to the side. So when I did my whisper, and I'm off to the side, I screwed myself over for being able to be heard.
Speaking of which, I want to record more of that sometime soon.
Definitely. Like, I'm going to argue against that. It's like, no!
I refuse!
I think our franchise has gone long enough!
Yeah, we haven't even gotten a
We
third
should
through the game.
we should take a note from some of the best anime and just end it with no proper like ending. What will happen on the next episode? That's the end. Will Joey survive?
Will we finally
Will we succeed in becoming Team Rocket?
Will we actually catch a bloody bubble sword?
Probably not.
Probably not.
That's in there. Probably not. But yeah.
It's like, you'll get the answer to those right now. No, and oh God, no.
Wait, what was the old god now? Bulbasaur?
Capturing Bulbasaur.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my shit, no.
Yeah. So, again, still got plenty of footage, Pokemon to go through. Still very excited to release those. But I also know I'm going to have to start editing ahead, because next week, in terms of the day of this recording, we're going to be gone to Colorado for LAN Fest.
Yay.
So I do plan to try to get some episodes done and ready by then, and try. I think it's the first time I'm gonna try doing the schedule release, because I like to release our episodes kind of over the weekend, Because that's when, like, everyone's, out of school and everything. That's where we get the most in our viewership.
Do we want to stream something?
If we can. Because I know, like, the upload was terrible last year.
Yeah.
So it's like, if we can.
Yeah, if we can.
And also, I know...
They make sure we have good download, but they don't really care too much about the upload.
Not really.
And also, for those... I guess we might as well explain for those who don't know what the heck we're talking about. So, should I explain, or someone else want to...
Legend tells every 1 year.
You're going to say 100, weren't you? He's overly dramatic, folks. So as you're saying, every year, legend tells of an epic gathering.
I'm good at English.
They're also good at turning red. Holy shit. Like, oh my god, look at him! I've seen apples paler than you! I'm off to a good start to giving everyone headaches again.
How many people are going to die while playing their video games now?
Oh, man.
Please comment below if you've died during this podcast. Please, actually.
Yes, actually. Yeah. Let's make that our death counter. Make like an official death counter in future episodes after this one.
I'll make like tally marks.
Just put an icon on the top left of the screen at the beginning of each episode showing how many people died during the last episode.
Yep.
You're gonna make it seem like we're gonna have to fit a quota. It's like, only this many people died.
Yes!
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Yes, that is our goal.
And also, another thing we're good off, get enough tangents, so.
Yep. Anyways, once every year. There's basically a giant LAN party hosted in Colorado. A LAN party, for you uninitiated, are basically
console peasants.
People just simply do not know.
Console peasants. A LAN party is basically where everyone gets together, connects their computers, or technically consoles can LAN as well, but it stands for Local Area Network. And you just connect computers together, and you can play with anyone who's also connected. And it's basically just this big gamer con where everyone just sits down, plays games, and hangs out.
Yeah, so basically we're driving 400 miles to go sit in a larger room to play on our own computers.
Yep.
Yes, and
With about 300 other people.
yes, and I was trying to remember how many years have we been doing this? Because I know you guys have done.
So, yeah, me and you went once the first year, or me and Joey went the first year. I'll use names instead of pointing.
Perceive the finger.
Can you edit a finger on there?
You're giving me too much work.
Just the middle one.
Oh, like you put that much work into this.
Anyway, so me and Joey went the first year. Then me and Jesse went the second one because Joey was on a cruise. And then all three of us went the next year. And then last year was, so it was 4.
Yep, we've gone on 4. This will be the 5th. Usually they're later in the year, like October, September-ish. This year, because of another convention that's happening in Colorado about that same time, they drastically moved this one up so that it's next week, here in May.
Yes.
It's actually kind of also Jesse's birthday present to himself.
Pretty much, so don't be surprised if I go in and be like, well, I'd like to welcome everyone to my birthday party! And and I imagine there's like a big LAN Fest banner behind me. And I'm like, don't mind that! Because I tried doing that.
So, it's like you're saying this right next to the sign that says sponsored by Intel.
Yeah.
And you're just like, they're lying.
Yeah. Because I remember I wanted to do that for the 1 year of Salt Fest, which was a gaming convention here in Utah, but almost no one showed up that year.
Yeah, the previous year had been an impressive turnout. It had been actually a really cool convention. The next year we're thinking, all right, it's going to be really good this year, go in all excited. We go there and there's like, where the fuck is everyone?
Pretty much. So it was like, what I wanted to do was like get on one of the balconies and just yell, well, everyone to my birthday party. But once there was no one there, I just kind of silently just like, happy birthday to me. Like, jokingly, of course.
I mean, there was still like a good 100 people there, technically, but
not active
they
compared to
weren't active. Like the previous year, the hall had been like completely filled, booths every few feet.
People, chatting, but this one, it was like basically, if you were not in a tournament.
Yeah, this one, it's like there were some tournaments off the side, but other than that, if you weren't there, you wouldn't know that. It honestly looked like an average busy hallway at University of Utah.
You would think it was just a hangout, not a convention.
One sec. Jesse, your leg is driving me nuts.
Sorry.
Stop. Okay.
Sure, put imaginations in our viewers of what's going on.
Do not explain it. Continue.
Anywho, so we're going to be going to LAN Fest this year, and it happens to the day that we're driving up is also my birthday, which is, I would say, like an odd thing, but also I couldn't ask for anything better. Just, I'm going on a car ride with two of my closest friends, and I will put a link to the description of, like, when we went last year, I did a vlog about it, and you could kind of see the kind of shenanigans we did in the car on our way there.
We had a very interesting poll, and I hope some of you took part of that.
Yeah. That was amusing. Tree or brush?
It was trushes or brie.
Trushes or brie.
Because the whole thing was, like, we found, like...
And trushes for life, by the way.
Brie, bitch.
Trush one. It's officially a trush.
So, can I explain... before we confuse our viewers any further.
I mean, if you want to.
So we...
I like how can I explain and you start talking.
Fine, go ahead and explain it.
So anywho's home. Alright, you didn't take the bait. Anyway, so we were...
Anyways, that's what I'm saying.
I just had a feeling like if I start talking, this little bastard can start talking.
Bad cop. Thieving bastard.
So I made a comment like there's like after like basically desert for like for a very long time. I made the jokes like everyone I present to you trees and a bush, and I got to realize like the trees were like almost the size as bushes, and it's like what do you call it a tree that's tall as a bush?
And we instantly started debating: is it a trush or a brie?
To the point where we created a Twitter poll. And that I gave live feedback from the poll as we were driving, as you guys basically...
That was entertaining.
It almost became a political debate in the car over trush or brie.
So technically what they are is trees. They're just desert trees. They grow very low to the ground because there's not that much water in that area.
Exactly.
And that's why.
Exactly. That's why it's called a trush.
Shut up, you stupid bastard!
Bush.
So can you imagine, I'm in the backseat of the car, them two are in the front, having these kind of debates.
It has absolutely nothing to do with the bush, technically.
See, again, my
it's
point...
a tree the size of a bush. It's a trush.
So again, about a good number of doing this, and again, I'm just updating, everyone on the poll, and for those who, thank you for those who did participate in the poll, because Trushes won in that... vote in the
bastards.
In the vote.
It's trushers bastards to you.
So racist against breeze.
Damn straight.
So I just know I'm gonna be in another car ride with these guys, and I'm always looking forward to it because stuff like that happens is kind of like one of the main reasons why we want to start this podcast because. Things we say that make us laugh. We always say like we should be recording this, and this is why we kind of started. And I'm glad we are. So again, it'll be a link in the description for that vlog I made last year.
Yep, including the part where we took Jesse to a wine cellar.
Yeah, that was that was one of those best moments. Like it's not in the video, but at one point I did call my mom to just.
It was a meadery, not a wine cellar.
Cellar of wine meadery. I don't give a damn. I've already established I don't do good with English today. I mean, think about how I was saying once every year.
But I do good at correcting you.
I know. Annoying bastard.
Asshole cop.
So it's just like one of those moments. Like, not only did I have to tell my mom, like, hey, by the way, we made it to Colorado. We're just making a rest stop. I had to tell her, that we're okay on top of, like, where we were. Then once I had a meadery, I then had to. She didn't know what it was, so I had to explain to my mother what a meadery was, without making it sound like your son has started drinking alcohol.
Yep. Colorado changes a man.
So
we should explain that one too.
Yeah.
Your homicidal tendencies in Colorado.
So
you tried to get somebody run over.
So what the idea
was? Let me explain before you turn a riot against me.
No, because we'll explain it more humorously than you will. So we were driving in Colorado, and we had come up to a stop sign, and then somebody was crossing the road right in front of me. And Jesse was like, come on, go! It's like, you can go, Joey. And I'm like, there's somebody right in front of me.
And he was like, so?
No, I didn't say so. I was like, right as he said that, there's a person in front of me. Then I was in the back seat, couldn't see. Then I see the person walking over to the left.
He did this twice, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it became a thing. It's like, good God, Jesse, quit trying to convince me to run over people.
Because it's just the point of, like, my point of view could not see the person crossing. I just thought he was stopped.
Excuses.
I just thought he stopped for an enormously long time. It's like...
I will point out, there is a very narrow field about where my head is that you cannot see. The rest you can. So what was your excuse for the other half of the trip across
I was behind Mike.
You call me fat, you son of a bitch?
You were driver, I was in the back right. Mike was in passenger. So before you say, oh, I'm thin, you should have seen.
No, I'm not saying I'm thin.
He didn't say he was thin.
I'm just saying.
You just called me fat.
Insulting thief.
He has no morals, folks.
Next thing you're going to say I'm a loose cannon, that should be...
The whole religious Jesse thing is a ruse, a cleverly thought out ruse to convince people.
And he's just really good at holding his alcohol, so that's why he doesn't appear drunk when he does his golf fitness.
Yep.
If only that
he prints false labels on the outside of his soda cans. To make it seem like he's all good and drinking soda.
Actually, there's only one couple episodes where I actually present a soda can. Other than it's I'm pouring.
Oh, so in other words, he's only done that once then.
Yeah.
He's only all the other times it's just been
in a container,
a flask.
I'm not hearing a no.
Have you? It's like if I had a flask, you would know.
Would we?
Would we?
Yes.
We don't know every crevice of your room.
You
do?
God.
I wouldn't hide something like that. I'd be like, guys, check it out. Because really think of Jesse that you know through the amount of years.
I know you were hiding Boa Hancock for a while.
A little statue of Boa Hancock from the anime One Piece. In nothing but a two-piece bikini.
Nothing terribly small about it, to be honest.
It's actually a decently sized statue.
Yes.
Good 8 inches or so.
Yes. And then there's the rest of her. Well, she's very well endowed.
Joey, it's just that smile, just like, I don't need to say anymore. Just pure agreement smile.
Yep. Just like true story.
That's something I wish I could put in the end of the podcast, based on a true story.
We've been calling him a thieving bastard this entire time. He said based on a true story.
Based on a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what true
My
story?
point exactly.
Well, what true story?
All of it.
Yeah.
All of history?
All of our history. I mean, what kind of history are you thinking? Are you talking about when the Raptors saved us from World War I?
Well, if we're going that far, then we're just making up a lot of history today. Holy crap.
Making up nothing, you thieving bastard.
And in the beginning, there was Paul.
The stray cat who became a space pirate.
Oh, goodness.
All hail.
Oh. Is there like a salute to praising Paul, by the way?
No.
Or do you
That's not bad.
I was thinking like the lucky cat kind of like paw thing.
Yeah.
Exactly, when he did that.
No, I can't even imagine not Paul doing that, so I don't... Huh. I don't think there is any sort of special thing.
There needs to be a symbol for Paul.
Well, yeah, there's a little cat paw, like an actual symbol. So, how about this? How about when you pray to Paul, you pray with your hands up, like cats? You don't put them together.
Wait, do you do like the whole thing in kind of like Ace Ventura? Oh, instead it's meow.
No, just like down on your knees, kind of like you would be in a praying pose, but with your hands over like they're cat paws.
You were about to say this.
Like this.
I'm a very gesture-happy person.
Yes. So I imagine there's like a series of podcasts that are like this. No, like this.
Just takes a random picture.
Isn't that like cats begging? Like I'm trying how to describe like when you have your hands and paws up like this. I'm not a cat guy, so you got to help me out here.
Nope.
They can't see you shaking your head.
Man.
So anyway,
Well, cats don't really. When cats beg, they go meow, meow, meow.
stop with the
meow.
freaking gestures. They can't see you.
I've become a mime. The mime cast.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
A mime podcast. I just
You
tried.
can imagine what we're doing right now. Wait, no, don't.
Leave it.
That's a special kind of miming.
Oh my gosh. The imagination of our viewers are gonna go wild.
The most mature and respectable podcast around, ladies and gentlemen. The ones in the corner.
Imagine just like very rich and exquisite people like in an audience. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Meow.
Yes, I like the future Jesse bit. Like, oh really? I like when Mike gestures and no one can tell. Yeah, he's quite the asshole.
Quite the arse, if I do say so myself. Yes.
Yes. All right, I think I'm gonna take the cottons from my mouth. Oh God, I can talk now.
Why did you take the cotton swab out? You know we're supposed to be all high class and fancy. You douche. And I love our little, like, we're being all high class and fancy. It's weird, like,
That's
side.
kind of hard to clap like that, isn't it?
That's why it's high class and douchey.
So
Turn your right hand upside down, keep your left one right side up, and then clap them together. By one going up, one going down.
This is the new high class class.
It's got. I don't even know why I went to that gesture.
I just copied that.
I didn't think I went for a clap that makes little no noise.
Golf clap.
Like you can have golf clap, but I'm thinking like a person standing.
We're golf clapping his face.
Standing, up stature, like really up and tall, and just be like, I don't know why. I'm gonna be like kind of sophisticated.
When it's more properly like this, just.
Yeah, I didn't hear.
like this?
Yes. I was describing it, fingers to the palm, but.
Yeah, like I don't know why
Jesse
I
just kind of did this weird horizontal thing.
Yeah, I don't know Again,
Once again, imaginations.
Yes, imaginations.
Yes.
Our new high-class clap.
Yeah, it's a horrible disease. Don't beware.
Jesse's the progenitor.
Jesse's the originator of the high-class clap. Careful, ladies.
If this becomes a meme, oh my god.
See, this is why it's best not to plan what we're talking about. Because nowhere in the freaking world we say like, all right, in this increment, we're going to talk about high class clapping, and then we're going to move on back to LAN Fest for like the 5th time.
What do you mean 5th time? We got off of it once.
All right, soon there's going to be a 6th one.
Anyway, back to LAN Fest.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I just like kind of like share like this is where I like kind of encourage you like any like memories of like LAN Fest, like especially you guys went the like, first time. I decided not to go because at the time I knew my parents did not have full trust in you guys, so I knew like, oh, I'm gonna go to a completely different state with you guys. They would not be for it. Like now they completely trust you. Like you're almost too fat. Like you're pretty much family now.
Did you just call me fat again?
Family.
I think I've gotten my coat on Joe.
I don't even know why I'm laughing so hard. That wasn't that funny.
I have a unique talent of making you guys like die over the stupidest things.
Like 1, 2.
Yes.
Yeah, that story is funny.
As soon as he's done dying, he will tell it.
So we were hanging out. We'd gone to Taco Time and went back to my house, and we were counting the burritos. You know, like pulling the burritos out. We all gotten the same thing, and so I pulled like 1 burrito, 2 burrito,
And I go,
And it was just, I think it was one of those moments caught us completely off guard.
and it just broke me.
And it got to a point where I couldn't stop laughing because Joey was laughing.
and I was just sitting there. I was just sitting there eating the burrito, watching them die. It was dinner and a show.
So, anywho, so share your first time going to LAN Fest.
Many eons ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
It was 4 years ago. Legend tells of a couple of nerds.
Of an epic trip on a horrible bus.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, the first year we went there, we weren't old. Well, we were old enough to rent a car, but we weren't 25, and if you're not 25, insurance is a bitch for that, and it like doubles the price. Like, it would have been cheaper to go to fly there.
And we didn't really want to trust flying because horror stories of them just throwing things onto the plane.
Ugh.
And we're taking our computers, you
Yeah.
know? Anyway, so we go on, we figure, okay, we'll take a bus. Greyhound. Okay.
About as fast as a car.
Yeah, about fastest car, you know, we'll get there just fine. So we go. And, oh my god. Okay, so first off, the train we were supposed to get on was, or bus.
English.
Yes. The bus we were supposed to get on was late. So it was like, Jesse actually dropped us off at the bus station.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you and Tanner were going where exactly?
Work.
Yeah, work.
We went off to work that day.
Yeah, you went off to work. And then you got off and asked,
It was like,
how's the trip? Don't know. We haven't started yet.
and it's like me and Tanner, well, we got off work early. And so, you know, we were just like, oh, we'll just hang out back at my place, or just, you know, got some drinks. So we was like, hey, let's call and check out how it is. And like, hey guys, how's it going? It's like, we haven't left yet. And it's like, it was like, wasn't it like 3 hours since we left you?
We had barely gotten on the bus at that point, which, by the way, the bus, oh my god.
Yeah, that first bus.
That first bus, it smelled bad.
Looked bad.
It looked bad, and the seats, the fabric seats, mind you, were stiff, like brittle cardboard. I was seriously scared of tetanus or what the hell I was about to sit on. Thank God for cripple people, I believe is how Joey put it.
Yep. Because, horrible as that sounds, what happened was there was somebody else trying to get on the bus, but they couldn't get the ramp.
They were in a wheelchair.
Yeah, the lift to work to pull them onto the bus. And so because of that, they had to get a newer model of bus, which was not half as bad.
Still not great. The power outlets didn't work. It smelled better, luckily.
Oh, thank God.
But, yeah, and then we got on that. It took 12 hours to drive there. Drive to Colorado from Salt Lake City, Utah. And if you're in a car, that takes 8 hours. 9 maybe.
The long way.
Yeah, the long way. It takes maybe 8, 9 hours. But we were on that bus for 12 hours. It was like 11:50 something by the time we got there.
Yep.
At night.
We were originally planning on it being like 6.
Yeah, we got off that bus and oh my god, I've never been so bored and so tired after that. Now the actual LAN Fest itself, which we met a friend in Denver, and then he drove us there the next day.
Yeah.
We got there, and that was an absolute blast.
Absolutely. It was a great experience. And, I remember quite fondly playing those LAN games with those guys that brought them and wanted a bunch of people to play with them. Mm-hmm. Like Quake Wars, this one airplane game. And we did better than them.
Yes, we did.
Yep, we did better than them, and they were just like, how are these guys so good? It was quite amusing. I think the one I was best at was probably that airplane game.
It was basically capture the flags, but with biplanes, and you had guns and stuff.
And I was kicking their ass, and part of the reason was, I admit, I actually played it as capture the flag, meaning I went in, grabbed the flag, and then ducked, dived, dodged, and just took the flag to the capture point. Everyone else was kind of playing matchmaking mode, where it's just like shoot each other. So, while the rest of my team held off their team, I was pretty much the only one going for the flag until halfway through they realized, wait a minute, they're winning. And, I was really good at stealing the flag back. So, let's see. We also,
4 years ago. I don't remember what we did exactly. Besides that, which those are guys called Zenpath.
Zenpath, yeah.
And they actually have a game. I believe it's coming out on Steam. Isn't it?
Yes.
Eventually. And we've every year we've played their game, and it's an interesting game. Basically, it's a kind of capture the flag thing, and you have these kind of stick figure characters.
And it's side scrolling.
Anyway, so it's capture the flag on this 2D arena thing, and you on your left stick you're controlling your character, and the right stick you actually control a paintbrush, which you can create barriers and ramps, and you can also erase with it. And it's kind of hard to do both at the same time, but we always end up playing it, and they've had a few tournaments, and I think we've won every single one.
Yep.
Because we play as teams, and I'll usually grab the panda and kind of defend myself, and then Joey will wreak havoc with everyone else.
Yep, because you can intercept others, plus your barriers connect and build barriers around your teammate as well. So, he building his barriers, I build barriers around it, and I'm going around smacking everyone else until he gets enough points to win. Or it's like he drops it, I'll run over and grab it real quick, and then run away from the enemy until he comes and basically does the same,
Mm-hmm.
So we get really, really good at that game.
And then some other members, those are... Oh, the next year, because I really don't remember too much else happening with that year. The next year was me and Jesse.
Yes.
And that year we did fly, which, oh my god, that was nerve-wracking. Yeah, because I had my full computer. It was not in a huge case. I just had it in my and a big suitcase, and I had clothes around it for protection.
Yeah, so you basically had padding.
I was nervous.
Yeah.
49.5 pounds on a 50-pound limit.
Yes. Well, that was on the way back. On the way there, it was only like it was like 2 pounds under. But on the way back, I'd like won some shirts and stuff, and I came back and I was 49.9 or 0.8 pounds from having to pay point something pounds from having to pay more for the luggage, and the guy weighing it says like, "Well packed, sir."
Yeah.
Which airline was that, by the way?
Frontier.
Yeah, Frontier.
Okay.
Yeah, and
It was a good flight though.
yeah, and basically and for me it's like I didn't want to appear like to be mean, but it's like I just had my laptop. So it's just one of those moments where it's like, got my computer, and then and I knew, like, as we were flying there, it's like, and, you're just kind of sitting there. It's like, I'm managing the panic attack you're probably having the entire time.
I was terrified, although we still did manage to make Team 4-star references during takeoff,
Yeah,
and I made sure to punch the outside of the plane as we were boarding it.
Now, I need to explain
Yes,
that.
you do.
Because around that time, I got the Xbox One, and one of the games I eventually bought was the Dead Rising 4. And when Mike was on the controls, and he's like, okay, I'm trying to get in the vehicle, he would always push the attack button. So every time that Mike tried to get into a vehicle, he would push the wrong button and punch the vehicle. So we kind of made it a joke that, eventually he before getting in his car, he would punch it and then get it in.
Still do sometimes.
Yes. So he punches the plane. I'm trying so hard not to burst out laughing. Because I know it's like one of the things that's just not, any other contact. No one would be like, why is he laughing? It's
not appropriate time to maniacally laugh as you're boarding.
Exactly. Couldn't say it better myself.
It's just like, I'm in.
So we're just like, so we knew it was like to that moment where it's like, as soon as we're taking off, we planned this where it's like, I just turned to him and just go, hey, Regina, I can fly, like, as we're taking off.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to, but didn't. I wanted to do, like, as we're landing, go like, are we there yet?
Well, I think we did that mid-flight anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a way better way to travel. A little nerve-wracking, but it worked.
Yeah.
And then when we were there, wasn't that the year we started doing Artemis?
Yes, that was my first.
No.
Or was it with...
It was the first year. That was with me.
Okay, so that's one thing we forgot to mention is there's this game called Artemis. Basically a Star Trek bridge simulator where each person has their own computer, or laptop in the case at LAN Fest. And that computer has a station, engineering, science officer, captain, gunner, pilot, so on. And you use that to basically pilot the ship. And at LAN Fest, we got some people together with laptops and a projector. And they were able to project the ship up on the wall. And then they had enough laptops where we set everyone up with a station. And we started playing that. And we ended up getting a fairly good crowd surrounding us watching that. And some people participating. The next year, with me and Jesse...
Wait, let's finish that. So in that first year, we rotated who did what position.
Yeah.
All right? So at one point, I was in engineering, which basically controls the power levels to like the shields, the weapons, the thrusters, everything. You have to manage the power.
Probably the hardest job.
It really is, because it's not as simple as saying power everything. You don't have enough power to do that. Your ship will blow up if you try it. And the thing is that we had this someone who is the role of captain. And they legitimately did get to have a say in whatever was done.
Yeah, we've actually followed their lead.
We actually followed their lead. So...
This one wanted to nuke space whales.
wanted to nuke space whales.
At point blank range.
At point blank range. So he'd charge right in at them, and then fire a nuke. So...
He was legitimately just trying to kill us at one point.
Yeah, and me trying to keep us alive. I'm like powering off weapons, powering up shields, and just like, fuck! I kept us alive.
Yes, you did.
I was just like, it's like, screw you, I will not let you kill us. And that just egged him on, really. I mean, that really is just like, he just got on, and he just kept doing it. And god damn it, our crew kept listening to him. And
I was in control of the weapons, by the way, and I just said, okay.
Because asshole cop. So that was actually really fun. I mean, stressful as hell as I'm playing it, because I'm really trying hard, and the rest of our crew's just sitting back, and it's just like, well done. Yeah. It's like, damn, you're good at this, and I'm like, I know. Practice.
But that kind of started a thing because people liked that. The next year with me and Jesse, they had 2 stations set up with 2 projectors and enough to station 2 crews, and we were in the same instance playing together. And then the devs were on their computer, like the devs for the, or not devs, but the
moderators.
The moderators
for the
event had like a triple monitor computer up with 3 instances of it going, screwing around.
They basically became dungeon masters.
Yes, and then they would blow us up randomly.
Yeah.
Not knowing what the hell they were doing.
Yes. And yeah, because that happened at one moment. It's like, all right, we're in. And then suddenly we just explode, and we just look over to the moderators, and they're like, sorry.
What year was that?
Year 2.
No,
Yeah.
what year was it?
Well, let's see. If last year was the 4th year, that would have been 2013.
Okay, so there is a video on YouTube somewhere.
I think it's
showing me and Jesse in our Pokemon shirts actually playing Artemis
with
that double setup.
I think it's 14 or 13. We were, when you guys went. I know this because that's the year I was at when we were working at Vivint.
Yes.
So
okay, so
2014.
So
when it was just me and Mike.
Yeah, 2014. If you look up Colorado LAN Fest 2014, there's a segment in there that shows me and him playing it, and you kind of get a better idea of the whole Artemis setup. It's quite cool.
And one of my favorite memories when we were playing Artemis was, well, 2 things actually. One was like my very first time playing, as I was on communications. So it was basically my job. Like whenever we interacted with other ships or bases, it was basically captain gives me the orders and I send the desired message. And at one point we were just flying, in like combat and such. So communications, nothing for him really there. I was not giving an order, so I just took up my cell phone. And the captain's like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, "I'm communications. I'm legally able to have this." and then much later in the evening, when we had like the full 2 crews, it got to a point where basically the moderators we were basically pirates. Everything was against us.
Yep.
It got to a point we were at a base. They would not let us dock. We thought, all right, we're going to take this thing out. We eventually lost power, only enough for weapons. We couldn't escape at all. So it's like, we're going to destroy this thing if it kills us.
It did.
And it took forever to load missiles and be able to fire. And eventually we fire our last missile. And it was basically, this base will explode on this with missile fires. We fire the missile. Upon impact, game crashes.
Yep.
We called it a victory.
Yep.
We called it a freaking victory.
Wasn't that the year we started the whole martini thing?
No, the martini thing is when we played it just at your house.
Okay.
Because when it was just us 3, and the joke was I was loading weapons and everything, and it was just the idea like any other demands, and you're like, make me a martini. And so I went with the idea, and I just did the whole act like, you're a martini, sir. It's like,
this sucks.
And it's like, you asked a Mormon to make you a martini. What'd you expect?
Results, damn it.
And then it was another one point where it's like, you said, screw it, we'll just have some fun. And you said, like fire all the nukes. Like, sir, we only have 2 nukes. And it's like, you're sure about that? Like, yes, fire all the nukes. So, it's like, I fire our only nukes, and you're like, fire again. It's like, what did I just say? He's like, I don't care, fire. So that was fun.
Yeah.
So, and I know, like, for my first year going to LAN Fest, the only thing I really remember is around for me, it's like my laptop that year was starting to show its age. So I got very jealous seeing everyone with the high power computers be able to play games like at 60 frames per second, and like my computer was starting to chug.
Guess what he has now?
Yes, I redeemed my
Twice.
Yeah. So it was one of those things. I started to get a little upset.
I did this to both of them, by the way.
Yeah. So
I started, and my friend Killjack, who we go meet up there every year, a friend I met online a long time ago, he's the one that started it with me.
Yeah. So it's like this kind of habit of it's just like
we're all trying to slightly improve over each other.
Yeah. So it was one of those things where I had a underpowered laptop. I was able to play some games with them, but again, it's the occasional lag.
Yeah, the games that they like the LAN games that group had, that Zempath guys had.
Yeah,
you could play all those.
Barely.
Yeah,
there would still play, but there's the occasional lag of like how my laptop would be. It would basically be, it would play the game fine, then frames would drop, then it's back up. And back down, and it'll be the pattern. Like almost every game I would play,
that was
it was one of those things. We could not find a fix for it. It's age, and so I remember at one point, like in that state, I was like, I'm just upset. Someone had like one of those drones, like started flying it around. I suddenly became 5, where I'm just watching this little drone. And then at one point, Mike sees I'm looking up. He looks up and goes, "Do a barrel roll."
It did a barrel roll.
And I'm just there, still in with my headset on in communication. Like then everyone else sees I'm looking, and I just in that state. It's like, guys, is it wrong for me to say this is the best thing to ever happen today? At a gaming convention, someone just brought a toy, and I just watched it.
It's been there every year since.
Yeah, in fact, we met the guys who piloted it last year. They had a whole big VR thing set up, and he brought out his FOV thing for his drone, and he was flying it around, ducking it through impossible looking places. And
because he could see it through its eyes.
Yeah, and it was first person view on drones, which I've been wanting a drone. Those look really cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's been there every year, and it's cool. One thing that I'd like to remind you guys of. Case Fan!
Oh, yes!
I almost forgot about that. So every year at LAN Fest, they give away prizes, essentially. Well, not so much prizes, there's so much just giveaways.
Yeah, it's a big giveaway.
They give you a ticket with your ticket.
A ticket with your ticket. A ticket with your seat.
A ticket with your seat. And that ticket basically is, it
enters you into a drawing for a big giveaway that they do at the end of LAN Fest every year.
And they have all sorts of computer
everything
parts.
from brand new CPUs to graphics cards to mouse pads
cases,
and
actual computer mouse. I was going to say actual mouse, but I know that could be freaking people out.
Squeak.
Yes, to computer mice to case fans. And case fans for several of the years that we were there were it was the most common prize. It's the most common prize,
and everyone was like happy if they didn't win it, because that meant that they could have a chance of getting one of the good prizes.
So every time somebody got a case fan, those got the loudest cheers.
Yep.
Everyone would go nuts.
Case fan!
Yeah, case fan and wildly clap.
Oh, yes.
And I know you guys absolutely loved that the first time you experienced it. You guys both had the same expressions on your faces.
Yes.
Hey, you did too. You enjoyed that as well.
It's hilarious. I love it.
Yes. So we make it a big deal. Like whenever there's case fan, you just cheer like you won the lottery, like pretty much.
Yeah, some people were just like, "Yeah, I won a case fan."
Like it's fun that even the people who win them are down on it. Like again, same scenario. Like
it's like I just won a shit prize. Yes.
So it became a tradition for us.
Yep, and then they also have a couple of other traditions. Last year they did mouse pads instead of case fans.
Which
less excitement,
but
better bring back case fans.
I know, goddamn it.
It's not the same, but we still tried, doing the same thing. It was like mouse pad.
Yep, but it was a lot less energy at the prize giving that last year.
It's like less energy, but definitely since it's the common prize, we try to resort that energy towards something.
One thing that's really fun though is that they also have mystery boxes. Yes, they have several mystery boxes that has a random prize in it. Most of the prizes they actually say what the prize is. This is this. But the mystery boxes, Okay, so they pull out the prizes.
You know what it is.
All right, you know what it is, and say you can get this, or you can go with a mystery box.
And
if it was something really good that someone wanted, they'd yell, "Go for a mystery box!
Go for a box!"
Yeah. Or if it was just a crap prize, take it.
Yeah.
Like, take the case fan.
And
You need it.
And with any kind of like people who aren't in a crowd, like I usually, me and Joey are being guilty of the occasional kill him. Just when it's like one of the good prizes, we immediately go for murder.
Yeah. Or if they take like 2 seconds to stand up, they're just like burn it. Burn the ticket, because that's what they do with the tickets. Like, if somebody had left, and
or if no one answers, they say they don't actually burn it.
They say burn it, tear it in half, and throw it away.
Yeah, so there's a lot of moments where it's
so if it's something really good up there, immediately everyone will just say burn it the second that they don't answer.
Or they hear a cheer, they go burn it.
Yep, that's what I started doing last year. It's just like cool prizes, and somebody'd like get up and start cheering, and I'd yell burn it. One of them gave me a dirty look. And not one of the admins. I mean, one of the people who won the prize.
At one point, it's like, what, the ticket or the person? It's like, I don't care which.
Both.
Either one.
So
yeah, the burn it, and I love the prizes are some of the best parts in that, just for the excitement level.
Yeah.
And all the other years we've been there, it's been really fun as well. Last year we're getting to do the Serious Sam VR thing. So somebody had sectioned off an area at the end of the table with other tables and created a VR area with a vibe.
So they had like the pole set up, so it was like for room scale in that section.
Yeah, and it was awesome trying that out, because that's the first time I'd really tried VR as far as like a full room experience, and that was really awesome.
Yeah. Which I really think one time we should go to that VR place just down the road.
Oh yeah.
Side note.
Yeah, because like I did have the Oculus Rift, but the motion controllers were not out yet. So basically, much as I hate to say, like, so the more entertaining games were not out yet for that, for the Rift. So just getting the chance to try, the ones where you actually stand up and really interact with those motion controls, like that was a blast. Except like when we started playing, they were much later in the game, so we are like first timers. Basically, we're like little mouse being thrown into a lion's den.
Well, the biggest problem really was that once you died, you reset your weapons. And so we couldn't get the good enough weapons to actually win one of the levels after Mike got to a certain point.
Yes, I beat
the level that the owner of the owner of the system was stuck on, and then Mike played and
beat the next one,
and then died, and then we couldn't
get past it
because we kept dying, and therefore couldn't get weapons good enough to last.
Yeah. So it was. I remember it's just still one of those moments where, at least when I played, it got to a point where I was just basically surrounded, missiles, firing, and when you switch your weapons, it slows down time, so it kind of gives you kind of breathing room, so you do this. I get to the moment when I was trying to switch weapons, I see what surrounded me, I said, look at this, and then instant death. And the owner's just dying laughing, because it's like, because he saw, like, just pause, and I'm just like, just accepted my death. Yeah, but that was very fun. But it's just again like when my very first year, it's just like after, and also the fun thing, a lot of you people know that I have a 3DS capture card, and it was around the time where the Smash Brothers for the 3DS for the demo version was out.
Yeah, that was that first year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was my first year. So with the capture card, I'm playing Smash Brothers 3DS on my laptop. The looks I got, priceless. So because there were like so many double takes, and they just see me playing Smash Bros on a computer, and they just see a 3DS in my hand, and I'm using it as a controller. So they're giving me what manner of sorcery is this? And I was like, because it's at the point like I gotta play something. I can't. I can't play the same games you guys, so I'll just put out Smash, and that was so much fun, just seeing people's reactions to that. Yeah, so, again, it was my And that's what, after that, after that experience, that gave me the encouragement. It's like, okay, I need a full-on desktop gaming computer.
And then this year, he's bringing his full desktop computer. We're probably bringing his big TV, which, how big is that TV?
37 inches.
Or his 37-inch TV for his monitor. And we've gotten a separate seat that we're all pitching in for him to set up his laptop for VR.
Yes, because I have the Oculus Rift with the full-on, with the motion controllers. And
Robo Recall.
Yeah, like just Robo Recall, like Space Pirate Trainer, like you get all those games at our disposal all there, and I'm super excited since a lot of you people know like this room is small and sometimes it's very dangerous when you play those kind of games. That's why usually
especially Robo Recall, because I got really into punching the robots.
Yeah.
and punched my PS4, and it's like, and so that's where we have to be active spotters. Because, I'm not going to lie,
like
I have a lot of stuff in this room.
Yep. Step back, step
I
forward.
don't think you can lie, Jesse. Not about this stuff.
No. I was waiting for you to say, except for the money.
Yes.
I was actually about to say that.
So that's what encouraged me to get a better computer. So then when we went our next year, when it was all three of us going, like, for me to be like, yay, I have my full-on computer, like, I'm ready for this. And that's after that moment, it was just pure bliss. It just, went from pure, because, remember I got a lot of comments, oh, you're a casual gamer, you got a laptop, and it's like, check it out now!
Yep, and then it was Joey, and then I upgraded mine, and then I'm probably going to be the next one to upgrade as well.
Yeah.
Probably the next one to upgrade, yeah. But, because I'm mostly focusing on taking care of bills right now.
Yeah.
Before I focus on upgrading my computer. Because right now, I'd like an upgrade, but my computer works fine.
Oh, yeah, no, your computer is well within the standards of today.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's usually the quality of, like, PC gamers like us. Our computers are fine. But there's that little bit of ourselves to be like, but it could do so much more.
Yeah, but to be honest, it's like I've never been one of those like graphics, like those,
if it works, you're fine.
Yeah, as long as I can play it, and if I can play it on ultra settings, awesome. If not, as long as it plays well.
But you have to admit, as soon as you get a window in your PC, you start caring more. Like a window in your case.
Yeah,
well, it's like the little window in my case. It's nice. I like it. It's like it looks nice the way it is,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I need to get air duster.
Yeah, we always get them every year because we always feel like, when's the last time we dusted this? Last year.
Yep.
So for me, it's always to that moment. It's like, because for me, it's just kind of closed up, so I don't see much of the inside. So usually when I open it up, because we have to take the graphics cards out for traveling, because we cannot lose those.
Because they're like pretty heavy. They're
big.
They're big graphics cards that are connected and held on by these little computer chips that are basically plugged into it.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever built a computer or messed with the graphics cards knows this. So we take them out. That reminds me of a story from last year, actually. Yes. We got there, and we thought that it's like all our graphics card had fucked up. Mine and Mike's, because Jesse had gone off to go pick up Loki, his girlfriend.
Yes.
But Mike and I had gotten at the convention center, and we were starting to unpack and get everything set up. And their graphics cards wouldn't work. And we're just like,
why?
No, why? It's like, it doesn't make sense that they'd both break, So we're just like freaking out. Then I realize, oh my god, we are idiots. We didn't plug in the power for the graphics cards. Because graphics cards have two things they plug into. One is the motherboard itself.
The high-end graphics cards.
Yeah, high-end graphics cards.
They
they plug into the motherboard itself, and it's like a slot that they just fit into. And they have a cable that comes directly from the power source that plugs in to grant it power, because it has computing power on its own.
Right. The lower-end cards don't need that. They draw their power directly from the motherboard. But the higher-end ones have a separate cable that go to your power supply in your computer to give them enough power to actually work.
Yep. And so we didn't do that. And interesting thing to learn, graphics cards that require a power cable And when you don't plug in that cable, they don't work. Who knew, right?
Yeah.
Their fans do. The fans, the fans. If you turn your computer on, you hear those fans rev up. Means you probably don't have power to something or to those cards.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So that was our moment of idiocy.
Yeah, and also my other favorite memory from my second year. So I guess in year 3.
Year 3, yeah.
Yeah, year 3. Is one point the same people, the same devs. So it just basically said, we have a bunch of games that we modded that we had to try for you to do. And it's basically a top-down
Quake Wars.
Quake Wars.
This is Empath guys, not the modders.
Yeah. So it was just absolutely fun because it got to a point at least for me, I got to a point where I realized like I was having so much fun with the grenade launcher. I don't know what came over me, but I eventually when I see an enemy, it's like, "Hello, have some candy," and I would say it like that in my headset, so I just makes everyone just be exploding.
It was their entire development team versus the 3 of us,
and that was
we slaughtered them.
Another game that we had never played before, and kicked their butt in the end.
Yeah, so it's just,
and they were getting so mad. They're like, "God damn it, how?"
I still remember. I believe it was the first year we were playing some racing game.
Blur.
Yeah, we were playing Blur, and it might have been the second year. But anyway, we were playing Blur, and I just going against them, and I started winning. I'm like, "Come on, guys, turn up the difficulty of the AI or something. It's horrible." Come on!
And I'm
they got salty.
I'm so glad you said that because I remember my first year, so we're now reverting from now to year 2, is we were playing Blur and basically got to a point where like eventually I got hit by an item that propelled me forward and got me the win. So I'm like I've been used to getting like dead last all the time, so I got like I won and I like got excited, and one of the person who wasn't first, I got converted to second. He's just like, he took off his headset, slammed it down. It's like, "God dang it, who won?" Without thinking, with absolute glee, turned to like, "I did!"
You said that.
And it was like that immediately common sense kicked in. It's like, "I'm gonna get punched, put your hand down!" And it was like, I didn't know they could do that, holy crap. And it's like, it was just that pure moment of like glee followed by, "I'm gonna get hurt."
Speaking of getting hurt, hot sauce.
Yes.
We have to share this story.
So it was our 3rd year.
Yes.
And we around this time there was a YouTube channel that was really popular, the Hot Pepper Gaming, that basically did reviews while after eating like a super spicy pepper. Well, we didn't have access to super spicy peppers. What we did have was access to this hot sauce that Jesse had called Satan's Ghost.
Ghost pepper hot sauce.
Yep.
Horrible
Ghost pepper hot sauce. So we decided we're going to play a game doing this. We're going to play a game, and we played speedrunners. And the loser of each round would have to take a shot of hot sauce.
And to clarify, these are not these shot glasses were like way smaller than the shot glasses you're probably used to seeing. These are the kind that got from like one of those novelty like 75-cent machines.
These are like teaspoon shot
By the way,
glasses.
this was my idea, and I've given them permission to punch me in the face if I ever suggest it again.
So, I had unnatural good luck that year.
Yeah,
Jesse lost first.
I kept losing.
You lost first. I lost second. You lost again, and then we finally got Joey to lose once.
Well, I think you both had
You
both had taken 2 shots.
I only took 1. Jesse's the only one that took 2.
Okay. Yeah, you guys were getting annoyed that I hadn't taken one, and
I think he didn't lose, we just made him take one.
Yeah, it's just like, it's your turn.
He did lose once.
I don't recall him losing. I was blinded by a fireball in my stomach in rage.
So, I took it, and this pissed Jesse off even more, because I'm just like, put it down, and I was fine.
But again, this is me like after like felt like 5 like in my stomach, and you just had 1. So I was waiting for just something, just some kind of kick and just like some kind of gratification. Like, yeah, I feel my pain. I'm fine. Ooh.
Yeah.
He was pissed.
Yeah, we ended up, unfortunately, it didn't save or it got corrupted or something.
Basically,
like
essentially we had to cut it short because I was going through pain.
Yep, Jesse was literally in agony. Mike wasn't doing too great himself.
That was horrible.
I actually drove to the gas station to grab us each a thing of milk because genius us, we had a hot sauce challenge without milk. And drinking water or soda when you've just had a ghost pepper or ghost pepper hot sauce is not a good idea. Period. Yeah. Never do it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I went over the thought today. It's like we were mostly thinking, okay, how are we going to position ourselves around the camera? How are we going to position the microphone? Like we were just thinking production wise, how we're going to pull this off, and just in that center. We were never thinking the possible effect of, yeah, we're probably going to go through a lot of pain.
Yeah, poor Jesse. He ended up going and having to take a power nap on my air mattress after puking because he did not agree with it.
That was. I mean, it was a little bit better for me, but still, I mean.
Yeah, you had a bad reaction to it too. I had the best reaction, but it still wasn't that great.
Yeah,
so, I mean, you could feel that stuff. I felt it go down every inch of my esophagus.
Yeah, it's.
And then I felt it in my stomach for the next day. I could still feel it burning.
Yeah,
that was
It's one of those things where it's like.
Never drink hot sauce by itself.
Yeah, because it was one of those things where it's like, I thought, I've had it with stuff before. I'm usually very high tolerance for like this kind of stuff. Yes, I do feel pain, but I know it's like, within a couple of minutes.
Well, if you weren't before, you are now.
Yeah, so I thought like, I'll be fine. And then after like probably, I swear, like 5 or 7 shots, I swear I felt like I was going to give birth to a fireball.
You didn't take 7 shots, you took 2.
No, I'm thinking you each took 1 more than me.
Yeah, like it's
because you both had more shots than I did.
No, I remember I only took 1 shot. Jesse had 2, and you had 1.
No, we had more rounds than that because you guys actually started getting pissed because you had multiple rounds and I hadn't taken 1 shot.
I could be mistaken.
Yeah, we went longer. Because think of only 2. It's like that's a very short game.
That's not a long game, dude.
Yeah, think about how long speedrunners usually
is. You guys wouldn't have been as irritated about the fact that I hadn't taken a shot if we'd only gone 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We've
that's
gone like 5.
Yeah, because you think of only 2 games and then we end the stream, it would not make sense.
No, yeah. We played like quite a few rounds of that.
And it's one of those things it was one of those things where, it basically, I felt I was, again, like giving birth to a fireball, so I said, I'm going to lay down. Just a minute just laying down. No, it's like, nope, and it's like, and I just ran for the bathroom, and I remember just, after releasing everything in my stomach, it's like, gosh, dang it, there goes $9 of my lunch right there. And it was just a moment, it was like,
I went and got them both milk.
And it's like, thank you. And then immediately...
That helped.
Yes, it did. I probably gargled that stuff. And then I immediately told Joey afterwards, like, all right, that hot sauce, please throw it away. I kept it! It's like one of those things, I didn't even want to look at it. After that moment, it's like...
Now, here's the thing, is that we didn't refrigerate it afterwards, so I never dared try to eat any more of it. I just kept the bottle for a while.
Yeah, you had the bottle, but you just had it in a cooler just sitting around.
Yeah, so it was just laying around. Finally, I just decided, screw it, I'm going to throw this away before anyone's stupid enough to try and take some.
Yeah, so eventually, I did try downloading it. It was just, the part I didn't know was at one point the internet hiccuped. So basically the internet went down. I know we went off somewhere else. We were watching one of the tournaments. So that's why we were on a computer. So when I got my computer, it shows like, oh, it's done. And then I didn't check the file until we got home, until like, very much later, when it says like, oh, file corrupted, and it just auto delete itself. And I went to go check Twitch, and it was already auto deleted from the archive. So I felt super bad that we don't have actual footage of this. So that's why you're gonna have to take our word for it.
Yeah, we were originally going to record it, and we actually had a small crowd around us watching us as we did this.
They probably wondered, heck, what we're doing. It's like, oh, they're just drinking hot sauce while playing a game. It's like, oh, they're serious.
We're torturing ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's why
that actually got the Empath guys to really respect us. It's like, these guys are hardcore.
Yeah.
They were bragging about us like last year.
It's like, these guys are hardcore gamers. Yeah, they drink hot sauce while playing games.
They had like a new team member there with us, and they're just like came by and introduced us to them and saying these guys are hardcore. They did a hot sauce challenge last year,
Like,
and we're just like, it wasn't that impressive. Trust us.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why they can punch me if I ever suggest it again.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm serious about it too.
Like, for me, it's like, I wouldn't be afraid to do hot sauce challenges, but I think we set it to so frequent, because after all, we realized how quick rounds went. And just how, like, that's why I said, like, I had way too much, way too fast. Oh boy. But yeah, that was not fun. So
reminds me of another instance where something food related was not a good time. One time we had there's a restaurant here called Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
yeah.
And we had gone there. It's like one of Jesse's favorite places. So we went there, had it, and Mike and I had a terrible weekend.
Oh, we were, yeah.
So I don't know what was wrong. It was something with the food. I don't know what happened. But we got this bug where we basically, it hit the evacuate button in our bowels.
By the end of that, oh my god, I've never been so dehydrated in my life. It was nothing but water.
Yeah, it was basically, we were on the toilet. Every ounce of fluid in our bodies was just like, nope, evacuate!
Oh, that was
This
horrible.
is not a drill.
And this
Spent more of that weekend on the toilet than any weekend ever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh my gosh, I had a horrible weekend. I was on the toilet. Then I hear, like, you too? And I'm like, for me, because, one, I suggested the restaurant because it was like, okay, I wanted, because for me, Five Guys, I don't go there very often because it is a little more pricey for burgers and fries. I was like, okay, it's the end of the year, Christmas and, like, holidays are coming up, so I was like, okay, let's just do, like, kind of a, it's going to be a long time to hang out again. Let's do something we don't normally do. It's like, oh, let's do Five Guys. And then this episode happens with them. So now, like, I feel, still to this day, feel so bad.
So it kind of gave most a mild sense of PTSD because we were wondering, it's like, okay, let's go out for food. Where should we go? Jesse suggested,
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
I said
burger.
In-N-Out, but
in my mind, I guess I must have heard Five Guys because I instantly replied in full seriousness, fuck you.
and like yelled it, and I'm like, okay, because it was like one of those moments where it's like, where you want to eat? I don't know.
And he honestly thought I was just being a dick right there.
Because I remember you were it's one of that moment where you're hungry and angry, and I was just like, okay, where do you want to eat? And it's like, I don't know, pick somewhere. And I was like, In-N-Out. Fuck you! And I'm like, whoa! And it's like, I made a suggestion, and
you exploded on him.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then later I was like, oh, I thought you said Five Guys. So I was like, where's the blood? What? It was just
It was hilarious.
It was like one of those things where like instantaneous reaction, Five Guys, fuck you!
And it's
I was
like in
not-
your head, you heard that, and
Yeah,
you're hungry.
and don't
rage.
let my tone as we're telling the story sound. I was actually like legitimately, fuck you. I was not a happy camper right then.
And it's
I was hangry.
yeah. So that's so I guess like that's another state where you get when you get to the angry stage where it's like you confuse entire phrases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm very, very excited for this upcoming LAN Fest. Again, it's kind of like I'm going with the jokes, like we're going out for a big celebration for my birthday, and like all these people are coming to celebrate with us. Again, that gag will only last for a day, but I just think that's a funny idea looking at it. And again, it's like we always seem to one up every year that we go. Like for me, it's like it's always hardware. This year, it's like
Yeah, you're doubling down this year.
yeah, because we're renting an SUV, so we can bring more stuff.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Mainly because the initial reason for getting a bigger car was because Mike wanted to bring all his monitors.
Yep, I got a 3 monitor set up, and I want to bring all 3 of them so I can do Stompy robots in surround.
yeah, so at that moment, it's like, well, you kind of start like if you are bringing your monitors and bringing an SUV, like I can fit my TV. It's like,
Yeah, we didn't even think about that. It's like, we're gonna have enough room for your TV, and the expression on Jesse's face,
yes, it was
the excitement.
because I'm so used to just borrowing somebody's monitor. I don't have a problem with it, but again, it's
Not the same.
it's like one of those not the same moments because I'm so used to my big 37-inch TV as my monitor. So I was like, I don't complain, but it's it's always that moment of it's like it can happen because before I always jokingly say it's like, oh, I'll bring my TV as my monitor, and you guys would be like, you bring that, we're attaching it to the roof, like that kind of response.
No,
And
we'll actually have room.
yeah. And also, we have to say, like, kind of our roles in the car. Joey's our main driver, and Mike is in the passenger backup driver, and I'm in the back.
Admiral Snack Bar.
As Admiral Snack Bar. The cooler's always next to me, so when they need a drink or they, want a snack or anything, that is my noble duty to ensure that the crew stays hydrated and satisfied.
Well, he had to earn that rank, though.
Yeah. I started as Captain Crunch.
When we got there successfully, we decided to promote him to Admiral Snack Bar.
Yes. So that's always like a fun role for like just kind of like how our roles on there. Yeah. So, gosh, I'm slowly running out of memories. You guys got any?
Lots. None of them appropriate.
Oh yeah, I still remember my first.
Oh yeah.
Let me finish. When he said inappropriate, my first year going, I just overheard it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to Hooters. I was immediately against it.
That was hilarious.
You guys made it, and then after that, it's like, we're gonna make it a tradition now. And like, at that moment, it's like, I've only heard stories of Hooters. So it was just, for me, it's like, I was like immediately uncomfortable. I'm fine now, but it was just.
It was, to be honest, I thought he was quite insulting the first year that we went to Hooters because he couldn't even look at these girls in the face. He couldn't look at anything except for the menu. He basically refused to look at them, and I thought it was quite rude. The second year he was better.
You're a great wingman.
And you're a terrible one.
Yeah, I think D&D proved that I'm a good wingman. How weird that sounds.
Yes. So, but yeah, so it was just like a fun thing. Like I made, unintentionally made it a big deal. Like I really didn't want to go, and you guys like strongly. It's like, yeah, we're going now because first it was a suggestion, and when I made a big outburst, like, no, I don't want to go there. It's like, guess what? We're going.
Yep. That was the only reason. I'm not even a fan of the food there.
Yeah, the food there is not that great.
It's okay. It's not bad, but
you're effectively going there to buy somewhat okay food and a boner.
yeah, kind of less on the boner.
Yeah.
Although we always did make the suggestion of getting your parents a gift
from the gift shop.
From the gift shop. They're like a keychain, like a boob keychain, or something like that.
Yeah, and I always said it's going in the garbage the moment it leaves the building, because it's like that's funny in theory and only in theory.
Your dad would probably get a kick out of it.
Next time I came over, if I would have actually gotten that would have appeared on your kitchen table.
Oh no!
Just randomly sitting there.
Yep.
Oh god.
And it's like
from Jesse to Mom.
No, make it worse, you son of a... I would, gosh, I'm...
Asshole cop.
It would make Jesse probably grab that staff and hit you with it.
My wizard staff?
Yes.
I don't want to be hit by his staff.
His long, hard pole.
It even lights up on the end.
Got it at Comic-Con.
He didn't have one before.
No. I mean...
Comic-Con changes a nerd.
It's all those cosplay girls.
Makes a nerd broke.
It does. My god, what was that, $130?
Yep.
Ugh.
I am...
To be fair, though, I've spent $150 on this trip so far.
Yeah.
With the seats.
It's one of the things. Before we go, oh, you spent this money on this, I can always revert to, remember we went over hobbies in a previous episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an argument where it's like we can pull out strings.
Yeah. Any hobby is expensive.
Yeah. So, then to kind of explain, I know I showed it on social media, but in case any newcomers, I have a wizard staff that I bought while there that basically has a rechargeable battery and the gem on top underneath an LED light, and you can flip. There's a switch on it to turn the light on.
And the staff is actually made of wood. The guy who made it actually took this stick and carved into it to put in the wiring for the staff, and
then put a nice coating over the wood.
Yep.
And everything. And I still love, he made me take an oath that I was going to take care of it before I can even make
He didn't
the
want to
purchase.
sell this one.
Yeah.
Right? This was the one that he didn't actually fully want to sell.
Yeah, it was like, to him, it's like, this was a special one. But I more saw, it's like, it's one of those things, the wizard picks the one kind of scenario. It's like, this one's picking me. The kind of moments where it's like, I'm not leaving until this one's in my hand. So he basically took out, basically normal instructions. He made me recite it like an oath. Like, I will protect this sacred magical item, essentially. I found it funny humorous, but he was serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really excited for LAN Fest this year. Trying to think of any other memories. I know, like, last year was a big one because my girlfriend Lady Loki joined us for that year, and basically it was fun because I gave her my old laptop, the one I said earlier. She had that laptop because her was dying, and then when she came over, be able to see the computer hardware that we're used to when she's not. It was like just pure. It's kind of like watching me in my first year.
part of LAN Fest, and it's a part I enjoyed with Jesse and going there the first year with Joey, is just walking around at night when the lights are dim and looking at everybody's setup and their computers. And some people have some amazing computers and different, custom built cases and stuff. And I just love walking around looking at everything.
Oh yeah.
And I remember a couple of the years they were doing they had a liquid nitrogen cooled supercomputer, not supercomputer, but a computer that they're trying to break world records with. And God, how many teraflops did they get out of it one year? I don't know.
I can't remember.
They were just shy of the record one year, but that was really cool. Seeing that thing, sitting in the, in a bath of super chilled water, and they're running, liquid nitrogen, which destroys the card afterwards. By the way, or the equipment afterwards that it touches. To cool it, to overclock it so high. But
yeah,
I always thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, I will say that I like they moved to a different area, but partially because the building that they were originally in wanted to use the building for some other event, and partially because it wasn't big enough anymore. And so while the new building is nice, I actually somewhat like the old setup a little. Like the feeling of closeness, kind of,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a lot separated compared to really being close.
Yeah, the aisles
closer
are
to people.
farther apart.
Yeah, closer to people.
Although this place is nicer just because its location, because it's actually
it's like within 5 minutes of the place we stay.
Yeah, of our friend's house. It's in Castle Rock, Colorado, and before it was over in
Loveland.
In Loveland, which is on the other side of Denver. So it was like an hour or two trip to get there
versus
in the morning instead of 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 to 10
and that way, if we
minutes.
forget something like Surge, because our friend always orders a case of Surge
and always forgets it.
Yep. That means he can go back to his house and pick it up.
Well, I remember
his mom is willing to come and drive it there.
Yes.
Yeah, and I still love it.
Oh,
I still love it. Last time, the first year that I was there, he said, "Oh, it's not going to be delivered in time." And then when we got there, he got a notification that it was delivered. He was almost going through a panic attack.
Yeah, we got to Loveland, and he got the message as we got there that this was delivered.
Yeah, and it's like it was supposed to be delivered to like much later. Holy crap!
Yeah.
So he went back for it.
And that was like the year that it came back as well. So it was a big deal.
Yep.
And
yeah. So for those who don't know, Surge is basically, it's similar to Mountain Dew, just with a shit ton of sugar.
And a bigger can, too.
yeah.
Bigger can, yeah. It's basically liquid sugar.
Oh, but it's tasty.
It is, actually.
Yeah, so it's...
But too much of it, and you're just like, oh my god!
It was a drink that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
And it was marketed towards our generation. But our generation didn't have money, so it got discontinued. And then it's been on a comeback thing through Amazon. And I know 1 or 2 stores around the nation have got it back in stock or order it, on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's delicious stuff. I think you can only get it on Amazon though, unless you know where one of those stores are, and that's only if you have Prime.
Yeah, I'm not sure because I'm
not sure about the Prime.
I'm not.
That's what I've heard.
I'm not sought after that, but I can check it afterwards if I really wanted.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious though.
Yeah. So. But yeah, so that was just my fondness again. Just being able to experience that with Loki and just kind of reflecting, like, oh yeah, I remember when I was in your shoes. It kind of same scenario and also one thing I found funny is last year, about 85% of the computers on there were playing Overwatch.
Yeah,
it's like holy crap, like. And, like, I'm so used to, some people are playing, CSGO, some Call of Duty, some Battlefield. It was just, no question. You went to almost 85% of those computers was basically Overwatch being played on there. And, so it became a surprise when you saw someone not playing Overwatch.
Well, Overwatch or, Rocket League.
Yeah, it was Rocket League and Overwatch. It was just,
Well, to be fair, though, they did have tournaments for both of those.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, were joining it. So,
yeah.
Speaking of competitive games, one fond memory I have from every event is Vader and the 20 vs. 1.
Yes.
So, there are many reasons why that is completely unfair.
Yes, I know, but it's still fun, and it's still amazing that he can do it. Yeah. But what it is it's what's the name of the game?
Crisis Wars.
Yes, so Crisis Wars, an old FPS game, Twitch-based shooter type of thing, that our friend Vader has. He goes there most years. But what we do is we'll get as many people as we can there to have the game because he has a DRM free copy of it.
Yeah.
We give it out to as many people as we can, and we all fight him. And him alone. Well, last year we fought him and somebody else.
2 people.
Yeah, 2 people. But anyway, the other years we fought just him. And, you'd think 20, 30 versus 1, who's going to win? It's obvious. Well, the 1 wins by a lot.
So, there are 2 reasons for this. Number 1 is just the sheer fact of numbers. Even if there's one person on our team that is just as good at the game as he is, there's a lot more people that aren't. So,
and he gets a lot of easy kills.
A lot of easy kills versus one really hard kill per time. So
yeah, pretty much.
It's hard. So
we're basically hunting Predator.
It's that kind of idea. Second reason is because he is very good at the game. He has mastered the physics mechanics of it.
So the physics mechanics are slightly modded in his version of the game. There are originally bugs in the game when it first came out, where when you jump in the air and you turn while you're moving forward, you turn in the air. You control yourself in the air. Is that kind of physics?
So basically, you can move in midair,
right?
And
perfectly.
So the idea is, and the thing is that it kind of causes a drift effect, so you'll go farther.
Right.
So
you don't
eventually,
fall.
you can effectively glide across the entire map if you do this. Another thing is that in order to get the height to be able to do that, there's this move where you basically go up, you go up to a wall as you're running it. You look up and look down really quickly, and the physics animation, basically when you run into something, your character puts his hands up.
And then pushes off of it.
So if you do that where you look up and then look down, he effectively launches himself. You can launch yourself into the air.
Up to 3 or 4 times if you keep looking up and down at the right pace. You can really launch yourself up to the top of the map. And I've done that once. Because Vader, the one that does this every year, one year decided to teach us. He had a training map, and we went through that for a number of hours, and that was fun on its own.
Yeah.
But then we went into the tournament, and I had one goal, and that was to get him to look up, because nobody else playing it, really does the wall jumps and can get up into these hard places. Because you have to go up the stairs, go around corners. By that, he's already leapt off of that and is the other side of the map. So the only way to keep up with him is to do the wall jumps. And I did once get him to look up, and he killed me. But I got him to look up. I got a wall jump, and I came above him, and I spiraled down, shooting at him. And I landed and he ended up knifing me and getting me, but still, I was quite happy with that.
For me, I just remember the entire match, just only getting one kill, and it's like, I'm happy. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it was one of those pure, right place, right time kind of kills, but it was like one of those moments where it's like, after getting killed, I killed him once after like being killed like 25. It was like, I was like, I'm happy. Kind of moments. It's like in the Hunchback of Notre Dame, like, I'm free. Dang it. Best scene ever. Anyway.
But I love that part of LAN Fest on every year.
Yes. So, yeah. All the traditions, the craziness on the car rides, basically one-upping ourselves every time we go, and it almost makes us feel like now that we got an SUV, it's like, what's next?
Tank.
Whoa.
The party tank.
Well, honestly,
the
only other way to get there that we haven't ever done before is train.
Yeah, because we want to go by trains, planes, and automobiles.
And tanks, apparently.
Tank is an automobile.
Tank would be slower.
Yeah, it would be slower, but can you imagine just like going into Colorado in a tank and just be like...
Are we being airdropped like A-Team style?
The M18 Hellcat can go 75.
There you go. See?
I know my tanks.
Freeway speeds.
I'm so used to like, the
You're imagining of like...
You're imagining a Sherman.
You're thinking of like this classic movie tanks, which, which are usually based off the M. Sherman.
Yeah.
And those are really slow, big, buff, powerful tanks.
Well, not really in the Sherman's case.
Welcome to Tank Talk.
By modern standards, no.
I can do tank talk, man.
No, by modern standards, no. But back then, yes. Well,
the German tanks were still superior. I mean, okay. Sorry, kind of going off on a weird tangent here. The Sherman tanks were about equal to like the Panzers and the littler tanks of the Germans, but the Panther IIs and the Tigers and the Tiger IIs vastly outpowered them.
Yes, the only reason why they were so useful during the war is that America could,
many of them.
Yes, they could mass produce them, which is why in cases of like Hollywood, they use that tank as the model essentially usually because it is the most. They could probably go and buy one. They were cheap to make and they made a lot.
Yep. Yes. There's a lot of them floating around still.
So they were powerful enough that I think it took like 5 of them to really be able to effectively take on a Tiger. And they did have those numbers.
The average strategy, or the average loss was 3-1 to a Tiger tank. 2 of them ended up being distractions. And then the third one, because the only place that the Sherman tank could hurt a Tiger was in the very back from very close range. It's the only way it could possibly penetrate its armor. So 2 of them are distractions, the third one goes around and shoots it in the back. But yeah, it was 3-1 losses at least during World War II with Shermans versus like Tigers. But we had like 12-1 as far as how many we actually had.
Yeah.
So we outnumbered them. Anyway, history.
Then
the Raptors.
Let's say, so you're saying we need 5 tanks for all 3 of us?
Yes.
We're gonna set up our computers and basically link up the controls for World of Tanks into the other 2, and just go.
I was saying like he has a tank for each one of his monitors.
Yep.
The 3 out of the 5 tanks are for him.
Yes, and Star Wars too.
Yeah.
Anytime we'd be cresting over a hill, I'd start playing that over the speakers.
The Imperial March?
Yes, the Imperial March. Just imagine, it's like people on the other side of this hill just say, dun, 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 dun.
Holy crap, Crump is falling again.
At work I keep seeing tanks being transported.
Yeah, I know. We're actually right by a military base.
I know. I've seen, actually they're artillery pieces. But I've seen 2 artillery pieces on large flatbed trucks pass by our work now. Since we've been working there. And it's quite entertaining. It's like, there goes artillery.
Like, for you, you're going a big smile. I imagine I look out the same window and be like, should we be concerned?
They can't hit us at this range. We're too close.
So, myth and lies, they can, and they're good at it.
I play a lot of World of Tanks.
Yeah,
I imagine that's your level of reassurance. So like, don't worry, Jesse, they can't hit us from here.
I'll point out, it's like, they can fire in their, like, retracted position, right?
Yes.
And I imagine I turn to you, Joey, you're not helping.
I'm gonna be like, we're gonna die, Jesse.
And like Mike is like, that one's mine. And the next one that passes by,
Fine.
like we're already doing the dibs policy on
Yeah,
passing
dibs.
tanks. Oh gosh, I still remember, and also I remember that one year where there was the event of the World of Warships event to get, what was the boat's name that was called?
Oh, I don't remember.
Marblehead.
Yeah, Marblehead, that's it.
I'm amazed. The person who plays that game probably the least out of the three.
Well, I
of us.
remember because it was such a big deal, because in order to get the ship, you had to...
Spell out Marblehead with the first letter of every person that you killed. So you had to find somebody that, started, their name started with an M. And you can imagine one or two of those letters are a little harder to get than others.
Yeah. And I remember Killjack's like, what's your name, World of Warships? Just Crumpler. It's like, gosh dang it.
You're useless to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that was fun. And
He asked mine, and it's like, damn it, I already have an L.
It's like almost like a head count with letters.
Well, no, the idea is he wanted us to kind of get into a match against each other, and so he could kill us.
yeah, I actually finished that event, and I didn't think I had. So that was cool.
Yeah, so I just remember, like, our buddy Killjack, like, I swear, like, that was the only game he played that 1 year.
Just about. They had to drag him off to do the Crisis Wars event that year.
Yeah.
They're just, and he's just like, hold on. And eventually, I think Vader eventually threatened to DDoS him. If he didn't stop playing that and play with us.
And this is a room of people that know how.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's a actual threat. Where that's not just empty threat. That is a full-on threat.
Yep. Granted, not something that you can really do and get away with, because the admins really keep an eye on exactly the bandwidth that everyone is using, and if somebody got cut off, it means they either unplugged or someone DDoSed, and they take that seriously.
And especially
because that is a very serious computer attack.
Yeah, and especially people who try to do, I keep forgetting the actual, currency you're in, through the internet. Bitcoin, yeah. They feel like Bitcoin farming,
Oh, yeah, people will give you some sort of software or something, and then in the background it starts running Bitcoin mining software, taking up your resources, slows you down, and...
Yeah, so every year someone thinks they can get away with it.
Yep.
And they're, immediately thrown out the moment they're caught.
Yep, because they're just like, all right, it's like, we do not mind if you share your DRM-free games, it's like, go for it, community encouragement and all that. Just don't do this.
Yeah, pretty much.
If we find out you did, you will not be happy.
And then the 1 year that guy was doing crack in the bathroom.
Yeah, but they found crack. It was my first year that happened. And I remember there was they found crack in the bathroom, and they basically said, okay...
Not cool, guys.
Yeah, pretty much not cool, and followed by, the cops are here. We need to find whoever did this.
They did find it. They did get kicked out.
Yeah, but it was it's one of those things where it was basically, if we may lose LAN Fest if we do not find this kind of person, and it's it was just all of the chats were just talking about
Yep.
you're basically defining this.
It was
guy.
basically everyone doing detective work right at that moment.
Pretty much, it was just pure. Everyone in that room was just basically became comrades. And eventually found the guys, so everything returned to normal. They did heavily, the moderators.
Chats were actually impressive. So somebody was like, all right, we're looking for a time frame around this time. All right, we're going to go. And they were doing all the computer whiz shit to find out who did this. And then they narrowed it down, thanks to, I think, the cameras.
Yeah.
And then basically they went up, tracked down those people, and like basically said, all right, it's one of these three guys, and they found him that way.
Yeah. And that was, and again, just like, you know, a room full of smart people. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Room full of smart people that if, you know, unless you're doing something to threaten their, you know, sanctity of, like, their gaming, they're generally all nice people.
Yeah, great people. Like,
You
just,
know, I mean, hell, I can walk down the aisle, get into a random conversation and be like, hey, I know that guy. It's like, hey, you know, blah, 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 you know.
and just start talking about whatever, and
I
so
had
on.
a really awesome conversation about Civ with this one guy
yeah.
who was there last year, and, you know, he was kind of sitting on his own, but, you know, he and I had a really good conversation about the Civilization series, you know.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a wonderful open community, and it's a great event to go to. And I would suggest if anybody has a big LAN Fest in their area, you should attend. I mean,
In fact, if you have a means of doing so, they're still selling tickets for this one, and it's happening from the 20th to the 22nd.
no, 19th.
The 19th.
We're leaving on the 18th.
22nd is when we're coming home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're leaving on the 18th on your birthday, Jesse.
Yes.
And then it starts that Friday on the 19th, and then it's the 20th, and it's also the 20th and 21st, and then we come back on Monday on the 22nd.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if you can, please do. In fact, there's a seat next to us open still. If you want to come sit by us.
Yep.
Yep. And it's just one of those moments we always...
And if not, there's always games that we love to play, and Artemis is usually set up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can always
And
use more crew members, red shirts.
Yeah, because I usually get a couple of people, and you know they usually say, like, are we going to visit Colorado again? And we always say, like, we're going to be at this
Every
convention.
year if we can.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things we're not the kind of people that will actively, you know, do a meetup elsewhere. It's like, no, we want to go to this event, so we're not going to be like, you know, meet me in this area of Colorado. It's like, we're not going to be going out to you.
No.
Yeah, I'm afraid not.
Yeah, it's
I
so...
think we've only done one fan meetup, and that was Travis.
Yes.
And that was because he was actually...
He was passing through.
He was passing through Utah. So...
Because he just asked, like, hey guys, I'm stopping in Salt Lake City, and you know what, you know, is there any good places to eat? And I'm like, you cannot leave Salt Lake City without meeting us! And I basically demanded that we do a meetup, because I never met him in person, so it was amazing to finally... And good God, Travis, if you're listening, you're tall, man. I've been told rumors, but holy crap. It was like one of those moments like, hi!
I had no idea who he is. And
Yeah, it was like, it was one of those
What did we end up eating?
King Burger.
The Crown Burger.
Or Crown Burger, sorry.
Okay,
Yes, not...
King Burger.
There's a crown involved, okay? I mean,
It's
either
not
way,
Burger King, it's King Burger.
there's royalty involved either way, Joey.
There are other crowns besides just royal crowns,
Such as?
such as the crown of a head.
No, I mean as far as fast food is concerned.
Oh, as far as fast food?
There's only two options when you want royalty.
Well,
I
there's
can-
White Castle. That's
Okay, White Castle, I accept it.
far from royalty in that place.
Yes, it
That's
is.
about as far from royalty as you can get. Jesus Christ.
Not that we actually have any of those here.
I know, but it's
No, but I've had their burgers. They
Yes.
are not that great.
They're-
I really do not understand why they are a thing.
Because Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
pretty much that's the only reason I know about them.
Yeah.
God, I had them, and it's just like, these are not that good.
They're okay, but yeah, they're, you know.
Okay, here's the thing. I think of In-N-Out Burger as okay. They have one type of burger on their menu, and they have the option of cheese or no cheese.
I think it's quite tasty, actually. I
Right.
like them.
But White Castle, they're practically just buns and meat.
It's buns, meat, and mustard. They're just sliders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
essentially
think
that's what they are.
they have fries and stuff too, but
I sure hope so.
but yeah, I don't know. They're okay, but yeah, they're far from my favorite. And then again, I don't get to go there very often, so
Yeah, so again, like I only been told how tall Travis was, but again, you know, not to make fun of anyone, but again, it's for my shorter friends. So it's like oh, he's very tall, and again, I usually get called like kind of tall as well. So like, oh yeah, then when I finally meet him, like I'm like to like his shoulder, and I'm about 6 feet tall, and he's beyond beyond 6. I believe it was like 6'4", I believe.
He'd be 6'8" if his head size is about right,
or something like that. It was like
You're big in Travis.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're awesome, dude.
big baby.
Yeah, big. And that's what it threw off. Is like when I went, okay, I need to get a picture of him. I had to be on the curb to be up to his head to wrap my like just to hold like the buddy like arm around the shoulder kind of pic. So I know it's like later on. It's like that pic's gonna be misleading. It's like not the same height.
No, he cheated.
Yeah, he cheated.
Cheating on your wife.
So
have we ever told that story?
I don't know.
What?
The
Your
story,
love interest?
and it isn't looking.
For me, it's like, okay, which one? Because there's one with the fake relationship with Patrick and this fake relationship
The
with
one
Jared.
that supersedes them all.
Pro Jared.
Yeah. Oh, Jared, his waifu.
Yeah, propose to him and everything.
So yeah, there's a very...
So how did that start? How did we come to the determination that you're like in love with it?
Well,
'Cause-
it started with me and one of my girlfriends at the time, to where it's like I really became a strong fan of Pro Jared. And then I ran with the idea, and she was just asking, like, Jesse, I don't see you ever being gay. And I just like, and for me, it's like, yes. And there was a long pause, and it was like, Jesse, I'm concerned. It's like, what are you talking about? And it's like,
Was this
who?
Jenna?
No, different.
Okay.
So, and she just said, like, oh, like, who? And I was like, Jesse, who you would go gay for? And just, at the time, I just, like, just as a joke, it's like, oh, Pro Jared. And then that's how it started. And then that was the seed. And then it grew once these guys heard word of that joke.
Oh, yes, it
Yes,
did.
indeed.
So I just continue playing along that, with the idea, like, Pro Jared is my waifu. And all that, and just...
Senpai noticed me.
Husbando, please.
Husbando, yes. Jared would wear the pants.
Yeah.
You're the waifu, Jesse.
Jesse's the waifu.
So this is an
You're on bottom.
So that's just an ongoing joke for like the longest time.
So then later on, when there was a whole debacle of him sending a little like pin to Patrick Static.
Yes.
In the video, Mike and I instantly we started heckling him because in the video Patrick said it's like, oh god, I thought you were about to propose to me for a second there, Crumpler. Of course, being the good friends we are.
Canon.
He proposed.
Yeah.
And we instantly gave him shit, not just for that, but for also cheating on his husbanda.
Yeah.
For cheating on Senpai.
Because I remember, like, before I just mentioned...
You hussy.
Yeah. The first I just mentioned about Patrick Static is like, hey guys, I'm hanging out with this guy. And then when that video came out, that just like, it's basically, if I could paint the scene, like if we were just all in the same room watching the same video, it's just like, I'll be sitting in the middle just like horrified, and Joey and Mike just do the slow turn towards me.
And he's just like, it's like the sudden realization of, I'm fucked.
And it's like, they don't have to say a word. I feel the dots of snipers on my forehead. It's like,
just like prepare for snark.
pretty much.
Yeah, he had some crap out of that.
Still does.
Yep, still do to this day.
Yep.
I usually,
right now.
I still occasionally remind Patrick about that. He always gets a good laugh about that. It's like, you know what amount of crap I got in that one video? And he just laughs.
See, if he had just been like, oh, that's a cool pin, we would have thought nothing of it.
Because it would just...
But because he said, I was worried for a second that you were proposing to me, Crumpler.
Yeah.
He did.
Yep.
Yeah,
What
so
you said, Canon.
and again, I'm gonna add a link to that video because I know I'm pretty sure it'll be like it's an older Patrick Static video, so it's like I'm gonna link it to get to the part that we're talking about.
Yeah. But this is actually coming up on 2 hours. So.
Good freaking day! No, we're not done. We're not done.
Yep, we're done. We're done.
That's the thing.
We're done.
He finally realized the thing that he forgot. Perfect timing.
Stop touching me. I'm indecent. I'm just in my cone of shame.
So anyone, thank you everybody for watching our video. This has been Mike.
Joey.
Disgrace.
You heard it here, folks. And we hope to talk to you in the corner next time.
2 times now!